Da-da-da-dun-dun, da-da-da-dun. Okay, we are back for the streaming. We are back for the recording. Um, so let's get into it. Yeah, so after the last stream and talking about whatchamacallit, and talking about um my time in second grade, I remembered stuff. So I thought I might as well talk about it again because whatchamacallit, there's no reason not to, right? There's no reason not to talk about stuff, especially with the how to say it. Since I had already forgotten it in my first run through of second grade and now I remembered it, I feel like these stories are more likely to be forgotten, so I should tell them. That's pretty much what it is. So to continue on second grade, there are a couple things about second grade that I remembered. One of them is that in second grade, our teacher had this system for rewarding people where you would get a ticket, and then once you have the ticket, she would do random drawings sometimes, and if she draws your name, you get a prize. So it's the system to reinforce good behavior. And my bright idea was, I'm just going to hoard all my tickets. And then at the end of the year, when she does like a larger giveaway or whatever, I'll just win everything. So that was my plan. So my plan was I think when you go to the zoo, sometimes they have like these buckets that have animals on them, and they would like pretty much pack all your food into this bucket. And then you get to keep the bucket. So it has like animals on it, and it says San Diego Zoo. So I brought in this bucket, and every time I would earn a ticket, I would write my name on it and throw it in the bucket, and then I'll just hoard it. And then other kids in the class were like, "That's a great idea. We're also gonna do this." So when they got a ticket, they wrote their names on it and they put it in my bucket. So we just collected and collected and collected and got all our tickets in the bucket. And then when it came end of the year, when I put everything in, it was like whatchamacallit. We got all our tickets, and then sometimes we would find tickets that people had forgotten to write their names on. So, being the good people that we were, we equally distributed those tickets that didn't have names on it to everyone who had contributed to the bucket. And then when it came time to win awards, I'm pretty sure the teacher limited us to like one award each. So that the plan was absolutely unsuccessful. We hoarded all these tickets just to win like one, maybe two things, I think, but there was a limit. Like we could, like, even though she kept pulling our names, and multiple of us won, we didn't get to keep everything, and we had to like pick or choose or whatever. So it didn't go well, but I just distinctly remember hoarding all those like tickets into that zoo bucket, and it just something that I tried to remember because it was a fun time hoarding those tickets. The other thing about second grade was we had a pet frog. I just remember we had like two tiny pet frogs or whatever. So we had two pet frogs, and those are like the class pets or whatever. And then when it came to second grade, this is like different classes have like different systems. Like some classes, they're like, oh, you can keep your backpack at your desk, so you have easy access to it. But I'm pretty sure second grade, we had like cubbies, and you would take your stuff that you would need and you would take it to your desk. But otherwise, you would leave your backpack at your cubby. And I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's an interesting system. It's not like every class does it type of thing, so it's more like unique. So I just wanted to bring that up. So we had the frogs, we had that. Second grade, I think, was also the time I got into Harry Potter. And that was a fun time. And then I remember when I was reading Harry Potter, the movies were also coming out. So I was like, oh, I want to watch the movies. And I want to own the movies on DVD, because that's how you watch movies back in the day. You got yourself your DVD box set or whatever. So it was like my mom was like, "Oh, once you finish all the books, we'll get you like the movies." And I was like, "Okay, but I really want to get the movies." And then I think for Christmas they like gave me the box set of all the movies that had come out. I think it was up to 5, maybe 4 at that point or something. And that was a lot of fun to opening that up and be like, oh, the movies Santa knew. Santa knew exactly what I wanted. So that was fun. You know, I enjoyed getting the movies as a kid and reading Harry Potter because I feel like I don't know if this is like a thing, but when our school would giving like grades for like for books when they had like levels, they had like a specific age they expected you to read it, and Harry Potter was not for second grade. So it was like, oh, you are a smart kid if you read Harry Potter in the second grade. I mean, multiple people in the class were doing it, but it was a fun time, you know. I think it's like a pretty big jump because before then, I remember reading like Magic Treehouse, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, like not as big of a book and as much information to remember because you know we took these tests at the end of it, so we had to like remember details and stuff. And I don't remember how vague or specific these details were, but they had these details, so it was a good time, you know, a good time to read Harry Potter and get into it when it's like still coming out, but the books are out type of deal. I was like, I'm just gonna wait. Let me just keep this going, and then I don't remember when Harry Potter book release dates. So the Harry Potter books, second grade was like what? You turned 7 in second grade, so 7 is like 2009. So yeah, by that point, all the books, no, 2009. Oh, no. 7, that's like 2005. By that point, almost all the books had already gone out. And I think I remember I got like a box set up to Order of the Phoenix for the movie. So I think that's around the time I was reading it, like when those movies were coming out. Well, let's see what about the movie release dates, because I think that might be a better indicator. So 2001, 2002, 2004, 2005. So maybe it was only up to Goblet of Fire. Maybe it was a four box set. But yeah, that was the comment I just wanted to make about Harry Potter, because I think it was a big part of my second grade experience, like getting into Harry Potter. I'm just responding to my girlfriend because I watched the newest Spider-Man movie today, so I just want to respond to her real quick. Future Jenny, just want to say hello, I love you. um, but yeah, so that's my time with Harry Potter. I also recall a time I went to my friend Nicholas's house. I don't remember. Again, this is like outside of school, so I don't remember, and we knew each other for a while. But I remember going to his house one day, and he had little pet turtles. I remember that. That was cool. But I remember going to his house today, and we were playing like tag or something. And when we were playing tag, you know, I haven't been to his house too many times, so I'm unfamiliar with the layout. Okay, that's just an excuse. But basically, we were playing tag, and I just I turned around to run away, and I just walked straight into a door frame, like legitimately just head first into a door frame, and I fell, and it was just like, oh my gosh, and they sat me down. Him and his mom sat me down to take care of me, and you know, like it hurt, but it wasn't like a lasting pain or anything. But his mom was freaking out. She was freaking out so much, and I didn't understand why. And then she called my mom, and then my mom came to pick me up, and his mom was like screaming at him, like, why did you do this? Because obviously she's not gonna yell at me. That's like kind of weird if she did, I guess, because it's a little weird to be just yelling so much at someone's kid. But she was yelling at him about like playing so rough or whatever. But it wasn't his fault. It was my fault for just turning and just not paying attention, just walking into the door frame. But my mom came and she saw it and she's like, oh my gosh. And then I finally saw it in the mirror. I had this huge like bubble on my head. Like I have no idea. Like I've never seen anything like that before, and I've never like had something similar to that appear again. But it looked bad. Like it honestly, like if you imagine like a callus on your finger, you know, like that, just increase that to the size of your palm and make it like squishy and filled with air. And it was on like above my right eyebrow. Like that's what it looked like. It was so weird and so bad looking. And it recovered. Like there's no like marks or anything nowadays. But man, that was wild. What else happened? I feel like there was a time I was at his house and Nicholas raged really hard at a game we were playing, and he like broke the TV. Like he threw the remote at the TV, like actual rage quit, threw it at the TV, and it like damaged it. And it was like, oh my gosh. And I think I went home and I think his ass got chewed out, if I'm being honest, because if I did something like that, oh, my ass would have gotten chewed out. It was pretty bad. But what else? I said pet stories, right? So I talked about the pet my dad had. Okay, I don't want to do this quest. I want to do this quest. I talked about the pet my dad had, which was Buddy. But I never really talked about the pets that I had. So I have had 2 pets. Pretty much. I had a bunny, which pretty much was a bunny that ran into our yard. We got it and we captured it pretty much, and then we kept it in our backyard. And the things I remember is it liked to eat lettuce and stuff. I don't think we fed it carrots, so not very stereotypical on that front, but we fed it carrots. And I remember it pooped little pellets a lot. Like all the time, he pooped these pellets, and I don't know why. Maybe he was scared. Maybe he just liked to poop a lot. But it was a pain in the butt for my mom because obviously I wasn't taking care of it. I was just like, oh, it's a bunny. And my mom was the actual one taking care of it. And then I remember one night, something happened at the neighbors where like, I guess they like threw beer bottles or something at the, they threw beer bottles at the ground and shattered on the street. And then the fire truck came and it was like whirring and lights flashing, and it's like, it didn't look good. If I'm being honest, it looked pretty like flashy and like, oh my gosh, something's happening. And then the bunny jumped the fence and ran away. Well, that was sad, you know. I lost my bunny, you know, my good buddy old pal that I didn't really take care of, and I just kind of enjoyed the fact that I had a bunny. And then later in life, my mom tells me I couldn't deal with that bunny anymore. I let it go. And you know, at that point in my life, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't think much about it, but like it made sense, you know, like it was just a hassle for my mom. I wasn't really helping take care of it. I was a spoiled kid. So she let it go. I hope it survived. I mean, it's not like coyotes where I live, so I hope it survived. So that's pet 1. And then pet 2 was a hamster. A hamster that my uncle gave for me on my birthday. And I'm pretty sure it was, I honestly don't remember what birthday it was, but he gave me a hamster for my birthday. And again, my mom was the main person who was taking care of it because I'm like a little kid and I don't really know what to do. So she decides this hamster is dirty. Okay, we need to clean this hamster up. So what she does is she gives the hamster a shower in the sink. What she doesn't seem to realize is that you shouldn't be giving a shower in cold water and then not dry the hamster. Well, she did that. She gave a cold shower to our hamster and it promptly died. It did not last long. It honestly was an act of some animal cruelty right there. My mom still tells me that it wasn't on purpose, but that's what happened. Hamster did not last long, maybe 2, maybe 3 days, and then it was gone. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Hamster went bye-bye. And that's the story of, well, a very short story of my hamster. Yeah, that's the story of that hamster. My uncle also decided to traumatize me as a kid by first gifting me $100 bill and then promptly ripping that $100 bill in half right in front of my eyes. And for a child, $100, that's a lot of money, you know? That's a ton of money. And then he just destroyed it in front of my eyes. And I don't know about, the ability to restore a $100 bill or restore a bill if you have more than half of it or whatever. I had no idea. So I thought he legitimately just destroyed $100 in front of my face. And I did not enjoy that. I think I cried because that was just like so traumatizing to me that he would do that. He would destroy that precious currency in front of my eyes. And well, that was traumatic, and I remember that to this day how traumatic that was. But that was another story from 2nd grade. The other story that I remember is there's this place called Discovery Science Center. It's in Orange. I think it's in Orange, city of Orange. I feel like we did a school field trip there. And I remember it's a place where kids get their hands very, very dirty because you're touching and playing with all this sciencey stuff, and it's cool. But with COVID nowadays, I feel like it'd be a crazy nightmare with all the kids touching everything. But what I do remember is they had this thing where it was showing about how the distribution of weight over a large surface prevents you sinking into it too much. So they had the bed of spikes, and I remember doing that, and I was like, that was so cool to me that I'm literally on a bed of spikes and it doesn't hurt at all. And I just remember that, and that was cool. A very enjoyable field trip to the Discovery Science Center. What else do I remember? Let's see. Talked about that. We fit in a couple stories on my friend Nicholas. What year did the Wii come out? I think the Wii was a big time in my life, but 2012? Oh my, no, that's the Wii U. Where the Wii released on 2006. So if we are in 2005, I guess that's a third grade. I guess that's a third grade. So I will leave the Wii story out for now. But oh gosh, I have some hiccups. I don't know. What else can I share about 2nd grade? 2nd grade. Bada bada boom, bada bada beam, bada bada boom 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 beam. I am at a loss for words. I'm I can picture my 2nd grade classroom. It was on the north side still, and it was the furthest northeast class. I remember that. It was the furthest northeast class, so I had to walk a lot to get into the corner. To eventually to get to class, which was, fine. Oh gosh, I keep clicking. But what else can I really say about 2nd grade? I talked about the frogs that we had, which was cool. I can talk about the cubbies. I already talked about the cubbies. We talked about Harry Potter. That was also a cool aspect of my life. What else is there to talk about really though? I don't really know. I feel like 3rd grade deserves its own stream/video because I feel like I can remember a lot about it. But beyond that, I don't I don't really know. I also just want to find this. I mean, this can just be some miscellaneous talk, but so today I watched Spider-Man, which was good, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I enjoyed it. Or Spider-Man No Way Home. And I also got to talk with a friend from college that I haven't really spoken to in about a year and a half. They are 1 year older than me. Um, and it was nice talking to them. It got cut off, which is sad. I wish we could have talked more, and hopefully we will talk more in the future. But it was nice getting to talk to them again, because I feel like it's I don't know. It's just it's nice to get more human social interaction, because I haven't really been getting much of that with staying at home a lot of the time. So it's a good social interaction to have. So I appreciated that. I'm still trying to remember stuff from second grade. I really don't remember stuff from second grade, because second grade was so not as memorable. What should we call it? Second grade, I turned 7. Yep, that's not ringing any bells. 7 was not a big year for birthday parties. At least for me. Yeah, that's it. The tickets was a thing. I don't remember what the open house for second grade was. I remember for third, fourth, fifth. I don't remember, but sixth I remember. But yeah, we can just leave it at that. This is a short 20-minute one, shorter than the last couple ones. So let's wrap it up here. So this was second grade. The second part of second grade, as well as some pet stories and some other stories about my uncle and my friends. But we'll wrap it up here, and then next time we will go into third grade. Third grade will be a big one. And if I happen to remember any little things from second grade, I'll include it and then start with third grade, and we'll go with that. But otherwise, this has been CurleeFriee. I hope you have a nice night, a nice day, or whatever else it might be. And bye now.